Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shaw Craft One and my old barn door. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy, moving the camera. I'm still working on my my fairy kits, and I want to make some shaker cards to go in my kits. And so I thought I would turn the video on and let it play while I make my shaker cards, just so you guys can see how I do it. So I have this paper that I've cut into little blocks. I don't know what size they are. They're kind of different sizes, so but they're generally the same. This one's about 4 3/4 by about 4 1/4 approximately. So, and like I say, they're not all the same size, but anyway, I made this paper on my computer, and so I thought it would be cute to be the background of the shaker cards. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you how I make my shaker cards. You know these little bags that you get in, you know, you get ephemera and stuff in them, and I hate throwing them away. So I'm just going to take one of these little bags, see if I can find a smaller one. And I'm just going to measure it to see if it fits onto my card. So I think this one's going to be too little, so we're going to get a different one. So y'all would laugh at me. Y'all see this? I don't know if y'all can see this. This is a bag that I got from, I order my groceries through Walmart.com. It's the Walmart grocery pickup. And so inside here, I take like the little tags and stuff that you get ephemera, or get inside ephemera and stuff. And see, so like here, this one would be a good little bag. But I save them. I don't save too many of them, but you know, I save them because like these things, they're, like you can use this acetate. You can just cut it out and use that for your shaker cards. Where did that piece go? But like this one, you know, you can cut these up, and they're good sturdy backgrounds for cards or tags or whatever. Like this could actually be a cute little back for a tag, you know. So I just use them instead of throwing them in the trash. So we're going to take, actually, I think this might be a really good fit. Yeah, okay, so I think we're going to take this piece and cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to take my not so great scissors to cut this, and when I first cut it, it's not going to be perfect, but I'll take it to my trimmer and we'll even it up and make it straighter. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this out. So I'm going to show you two different ways that you can do this. You can do it this way or with the little bags. Okay. Alright, and then this is all you have left that's trash. So it keeps you from, you know, having a whole lot of trash. So then I'm going to take this piece. Let me scoot this over for a second. Scoot these out of the way. And bring my trimmer over here, and I'm just going to trim this acetate up to fit this little card. So I'm going to trade out my blade because this is my good paper blade. I have another blade over here that I use for cardboard and plastic because it will dull your blade really, really good. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my acetate. I know it's kind of hard for you to see, but I'm just going to trim it and get a straight edge in that way. So I'm just going to trim it all the way around so that I can have straight edges to work with. And this may actually make it so that it fits my piece of cardstock. Okay, now I have all 4 sides trimmed up. So let's see where we're at with this. Okay. So we're good here, this way. So we just need to trim this little tiny piece off of this side. So I'm going to line it up on my trimmer. And then I'm going to pull my cardstock out from under it because I don't want to cut my cardstock. And we're just going to trim that off. Okay. So now you have your piece of acetate that's the same size as your cardstock. Okay. So now I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew around on 3 sides and leave it open at the top so that I can put in, I'm going to put in fairy dust, which is glitter, and sequins to go inside. So hang on and let me sew it and I'll come right back. Okay, so now I have sewn around the edges and it's messily sewn, which is what I like. So, and I've left the top of it open, as you can see here. And we're going to go ahead and trim the threads off. These scissors they need some help. They're pitiful, but that's okay. Alright, so let me grab my sequins and my fairy dust. Okay, so I have this little bucket here, and it has all different color sequins and some bling. Ooh, I like this one. This is little stars. I think we'll use that one. Little silver stars. And then I have all different colors of sequins in here. And shimmers. Well, if I can get that out. Now, I like that one too. I'll use that. This will be our fairy dust. And then I have these. I want to try and pick things that are not going to blend in too much with the background. So we use those. And maybe some of these. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is just pick which sequins I want. And I'm going to go ahead and open I like these really bright pink sequins, so let's try these. Y'all, I got this whole little pack that was filled with sequins at the Dollar Tree for $1. So if you need sequins, go there and get them because you can get all different colors. Okay, so I'm just going to, first off, I'm going to pour my sequins into this little jar because it's a little bit easier to pour them into the pocket out of the jar. Oops. And they stick to the little plastic bag, so you have to kind of get up in there. That one doesn't want to get in. Okay. So I'm just going to take a few of these sequins. It doesn't take a whole lot. Maybe like 2 little pinches. So we'll use those. And then I want a different color. I like the teal. Let's use the teal. Oh wait, I have some teal ones open. Right here. Let's use these. And so I'm going to pour a little bit of these in here. And again, it doesn't take a whole lot. You know, because you don't want to cover up your pretty picture background. Okay. And then I'm going to take my little glitter stars. They're super cute. I'm going to see if you can see them. Can you see those? Little bitty tiny glitter stars. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of those in there. Doesn't take a whole lot. Okay, and then we'll take some pink fairy dust, aka glitter. Pour a little bit of that in there. This is the only way I use glitter, y'all. I am not a huge fan of glitter. I don't like it unless it's contained. Just a little disclaimer. Okay, and then we're going to use some green. Again, it doesn't take a whole lot. And then I think I do want to add a few of these really pink sequins, just a few of them. Just to give it a little rainbow of color. Okay, so once I get everything poured into my pocket, I'm going to take it back to the sewing machine and close the top. Okay, so I've got the top closed. Just trim our threads. You can leave the threads on if you want to. Sometimes I do. Okay, so when you sew the top together, you want to make sure that you get a good seal because you don't want the glitter leaking out. Okay, so then I just kind of like to shake it around a little and get the sequins and the glitter to move around some. But there you go. There's a really simple and inexpensive way to make a little shaker pocket. And it, you know, you don't have to have the little fuse tool. There's the little stars. Can y'all see the little stars? Super cute. So you don't have to have the fuse tool or anything like that. You don't have to have special acetate. You can use your product packaging, you know, things that you buy. So there's one way to do it. Now I'll do one more and show you how I do it with the plastic bags. Okay, so this was some kind of layers, probably butterflies or something like that. Some kind of die cuts. Okay. Now you have to watch your bags because sometimes, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. See how it has a little hole in it? So if that's the case, then you want to see if your bag will fit around it, around that little hole. And this one might not fit with the hole. So we're going to have to find another bag. Let me see. Let me see if this one will work. Okay, I think this one will work. So we're going to do this one a little bit differently. Let me move these out of the way. And we'll bring our trimmer over. Okay, so I always cut off the part that where, you know, it has the little glue seal on the bag. I don't want that part. So I'm going to trim that part off because you're going to sew these shut anyways. So it's not going to matter if it's open on one side of the bag. Actually, it's going to be open on two sides of the bag. Alright, so I've got that part cut off. I don't like how this is folded, so I'm just trying to take the crease out a little bit. Okay, so this is going to fit our little pocket perfectly. Pretty much. Because it doesn't hurt if it hangs over the edge just a hair. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. So I'm just measuring it up against my cardstock to make sure that I get it cut in the right spot. Okay, so once I have that in place, I'm going to slide my cardstock out and just trim that off. Okay, so now your bag is open on both ends, but that's not going to matter. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this to my sewing machine, and I'm only going to sew two sides of it, and I'll show you why. I'm going to sew this side and this side. I'm going to leave this end of the bag open because I'm actually going to put my sequins and fairy dust inside the bag, and I'm going to leave the top open as a pocket for you to tuck a tag in, or you can tuck a picture in there, or whatever you want to tuck in there, memorabilia or whatever. So let me go to the sewing machine and sew this one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so when you sew this part, you want to make sure that you double stitch up here at the top, because if people are going to be, you know, slipping things in and out, you want this to have a good sturdy hold. So I just go forward and back stitch a couple of times to make sure, you know, that it's good. It's got a good strong hold there. Okay, so now you can see I have sewn this edge and this edge. Okay, so now we're going to grab our glitter and our fairy dust. Our sequins. Our fairy dust and our sequins. And let's see. I want to use some different colors in this one because it has different colors in the background. I think I want to go with some blues, like a bright blue, or even this blue, maybe a little of both. So let's see. These little jewelry containers are great for holding sequins, by the way. So let's try this one. Okay, so we're going to open up our plastic bag. We're not going to put it down in behind here. We're going to open up our plastic bag. And we're going to put in a few sequins. Let's see. Maybe we'll do some pink, because there's quite a bit of pink there too. So we'll do some pink ones. And then I think I want some purple ones. Yeah. Maybe even light purple ones. So I'm going to have to go and get some more of these containers. I have some, but they're in the other room. So we're just going to pour from the bag for now. Hopefully it will work. Okay. So we're going to pour in just a few of the purple sequins. Okay. I'm going to try and get this closed back. Alrighty. And what kind of fairy dust do we want? I have purple, and I think I would like to use some of the purple. So we'll just pour a little bit of that in there. And then I have this iridescent white, and I think it would be cool in there. This will last me forever. Okay, so now, and you can even put bling in here if you want to. Sometimes I'll put, you know, little jewels in them. So you can put that in there. But then, once you get everything that you want in your little bag, then you're going to take it to the sewing machine, and you're going to sew this side closed. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, so I have sewn this side, so it's closed on all three sides of the bag. Shake it up, and you can see all your goodies in there. You can still see your background. And if you want to tuck something in it, I'm going to give you all a sneak peek here. Oops. Hang on, let me grab it. Okay, so this is a picture that I took at a place called Barnsley Gardens in Kingston, Georgia. It's an absolutely beautiful place, and they had all these flowers, and the butterflies were landing on the flowers and stuff. So anyway, I got lots of pictures there. So what I was getting at with that is you can take any kind of card or tag, and you can make this a little pocket. So you can actually glue this down to a page and make it, you know, like a double pocket, or you can tuck it into a pocket, however you want to do it. So anyways, that is how I make my little shaker pockets, and there will be some in some of the kits. I'm making quite a few kits, but I'm making different size kits. So I'm thinking I should have them done. I'm hoping I should have them done by the end of the week. So I don't know if I will release them at the end of the week or at the beginning of next week, because, you know, I am going out of town just for a day or so this weekend for my best friend's birthday. So, but anyways, I will let you guys know once I figure it out. I promise to let you know. So anyways, that is how 2 different ways that you can make a shaker pocket without all the fancy tools. So if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos if you want to see more. And thanks for watching, you guys. Y'all have a great evening. Big hugs.